Most people think health problems start when you feel something is wrong, pain, fatigue, clear warning signs. But after the age of 30, the body doesn't work that way anymore. Some of the most important health changes begin quietly. No pain, no discomfort, no obvious symptoms. You can feel completely fine, energetic, active, productive, while deep biological shifts are already taking place. And this is where many people get confused. They assume that feeling fine means everything is fine. But the body doesn't always send immediate signals when it changes how it functions. After 30, your body starts prioritizing efficiency over growth, repair over expansion, stability over speed. This is not a problem, it's a natural transition. But ignoring it is what creates issues years later. In this video, we'll talk about 7 silent health changes that typically begin after 30. Changes that happen even if you feel healthy, active, and strong. This is not about fear, it's not about aging anxiety, and it's definitely not about exaggeration. It's about awareness, because once you understand what's changing, you can work with your body instead of against it. You don't need extreme routines. You don't need drastic interventions. You need clarity. Let's start with the first silent change, one that affects nearly everyone, yet almost no one notices it happening. After 30, your metabolism doesn't suddenly slow down overnight. There is no switch, no dramatic moment. Instead, it begins to change its behavior. Your body becomes more efficient at conserving energy, it burns slightly fewer calories at rest, and it becomes more selective about when and how it uses stored fuel. Most people don't notice this at first. They eat the same foods, they keep the same routine. But slowly, something feels different. Weight becomes harder to manage. Fat appears in areas where it never used to. And small changes in diet no longer produce the same results. This isn't because your body is failing. It's because muscle mass naturally begins to decline if it's not actively maintained. And muscle is one of the biggest drivers of metabolic rate. At the same time, insulin sensitivity can subtly decrease. Your body becomes slightly less efficient at handling sugar and carbohydrates. None of this causes pain. None of it feels alarming. That's why it's called a silent change. The body is adapting to long-term survival, not modern lifestyles filled with constant food availability and low physical demand. The key thing to understand is this: after 30, small habits matter more than extreme efforts. Consistency starts to outweigh intensity. Supporting metabolism now is not about restriction, it's about stability. Because the changes are gradual, awareness is your greatest advantage. And this brings us directly to the next silent shift: how your body repairs and recovers after physical stress. After 30, your body doesn't lose its ability to build strength. What changes first is recovery. Muscles still respond to effort, joints still adapt to movement. But the repair process begins to take slightly longer than it used to. This is subtle. You may notice that soreness lingers an extra day, that stiffness lasts longer in the morning, or that your body needs more warm-up time before feeling loose and mobile. This isn't injury. And it's not weakness. It's a shift in how your body allocates resources. Cell repair slows slightly. Inflammation resolves more gradually. Connective tissues become less forgiving to repeated stress without rest. In your 20s, the body often tolerates overload, missed sleep, poor recovery, constant physical demand. After 30, the body still adapts, but it now expects balance. Recovery becomes part of the system, not something optional. This is why people often feel more fragile, even when they're still strong. It's not fragility. It's a signal that regeneration now needs intention. Ignoring recovery doesn't cause immediate damage. It causes accumulated stress, small deficits that add up quietly over time. This is one of the reasons injuries feel more frustrating after 30. The solution isn't doing less. It's respecting recovery as a biological requirement. And this naturally connects to the next silent change, one that affects energy, sleep, and mood, even when everything seems normal. Ever hit your 30s and felt like something just shifted? You're not imagining it. After 30, our bodies start a subtle but significant hormonal transition. Let's break it down. First up, testosterone. For both men and women, it starts a slow decline. This isn't just about libido. It affects your energy levels, muscle mass, and even your motivation. You might find it a bit harder to get going in the morning or to build muscle at the gym. Then there's estrogen. In women, its levels begin to fluctuate more, which can influence mood, menstrual cycles, and even where your body decides to store fat. Suddenly, that stubborn belly fat makes an appearance. For men, the balance between testosterone and estrogen also changes, which can impact body composition. What about growth hormone? This powerhouse for cell repair and metabolism also starts to decrease. This slowdown can contribute to lower energy and changes in your body, making recovery from workouts a little longer. And let's not forget sleep. Melatonin, our sleep hormone, can also see a dip in production. This might be why you find it harder to fall asleep or stay asleep, even when you're exhausted. You might wake up feeling less refreshed than you used to. So what's the secret to navigating these changes? It's all about consistency. A stable routine is your best friend. Regular exercise, a balanced diet rich in whole foods, and a consistent sleep schedule can make a huge difference. It helps your body find a new rhythm and supports your hormones. You can't stop the clock, but you can definitely work with your body to feel your best. It's about creating healthy habits that stick. Thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, give it a like and subscribe for more tips on thriving in your 30s and beyond. After 30, your brain doesn't suddenly weaken, your intelligence doesn't drop. What changes is how it manages energy, attention, and recovery. Neural pathways remain strong. Your brain is still highly adaptable, but it becomes more selective about what it focuses on and how it responds to stress. You may notice subtle differences. Multitasking feels slightly harder. Mental fatigue sets in faster. Deep focus improves, but chaotic or overstimulating environments are more draining. These changes are normal. They are the brain's way of optimizing for efficiency rather than speed. Sleep plays an even more critical role. After 30, poor or irregular sleep affects memory, mood, and focus more than it did in your 20s. Even a single night of low-quality sleep can be felt the next day. Motivation and reward responses also shift. Tasks that once felt exciting may feel less stimulating. Your brain now values consistency, rest, and clarity over constant novelty. This isn't decline, it's adaptation, and it's an opportunity. And it's by understanding how your brain responds after 30, you can adjust your habits, prioritize deep work blocks, limit multitasking, schedule rest and recovery, minimize overstimulation from screens and social media. Small changes now lead to significant benefits in mental performance and long-term brain health. In the next segment, we're going to look at how stress impacts the body more after 30, even when you feel fine. After 30, stress starts to affect your body more than before, even if it feels normal. Your cortisol levels remain elevated longer. Inflammation resolves more slowly, and your nervous system is more sensitive to ongoing pressure. This means that small, repeated stressors, things you might have shrugged off in your 20s, now have a larger cumulative effect on your body. You might notice subtle signals, feeling fatigued after mental work, trouble recovering from minor illnesses, slightly slower healing from small injuries, mood fluctuations that seem more pronounced. Even if your lifestyle seems balanced, these changes are quietly happening internally. The key is awareness. Chronic stress no longer goes unnoticed by the body. It accumulates silently and gradually influences metabolism, hormone balance, and immune function. The good news is, your body still responds very well to consistent, simple habits. Short daily walks or light movement, mindful breathing or meditation, proper sleep schedule, reducing unnecessary overstimulation. Small, repeated actions now have far greater impact than in your 20s. Your body is becoming less forgiving, but it's still highly adaptable. Understanding this gives you control. You don't need to overhaul your life. You just need awareness and consistency. In the final segment, we'll discuss skin, appearance, and the small habits that influence long-term health, the changes everyone can see, even if they feel fine. Finally, let's talk about visible changes, your skin, hair, and overall appearance. After 30, collagen production begins to slow. Skin elasticity gradually decreases. Hair may thin slightly. These are natural changes, not a sign of poor health. Appearance is more than cosmetic. It reflects your internal health, recovery, and lifestyle choices. Even subtle shifts in hydration, nutrition, sleep, or stress show on your body. But here's the most important point. All the changes we've discussed, metabolism, muscle, brain function, stress, hormones, and appearance, are silent at first. They're gradual and cumulative. They compound over time. This means your daily choices now matter more than ever. Small, consistent habits, balanced meals, regular movement, structured routines, proper sleep, stress management will pay off in long-term health, energy, and appearance. After 30, aging is directional, not sudden. It moves faster or slower depending on how you care for your body and mind. The earlier you start paying attention, the more control you have. Awareness gives leverage. Consistency gives results. Aging isn't something that happens to you. It's something you actively shape. Take small steps every day, respect recovery, support your metabolism, prioritize your sleep, manage stress, and your body will reward you for decades to come.